I was having a conversation with someone not that long ago, and I was talking about how all these porn on YouTube, and the guy said there is no porn on YouTube. Technically, there isn't, but that is quite suggestive because you can't even say she's wearing a bikini because you can't see like the straps at her shoulder. So it's clear that this was intentionally made to tease you. So technically, there is softcore porn on YouTube. Anyway, I did it sorry. I did say in the finale that nostalgia might come back if I think of anything else to do, and I did. Already there are tears forming my eyes, which is cringe. Anyway, this child called Platyphobia, and his whole purpose was just like back in 2015 when everyone be making videos using like the X-Files theme song, and you saw a triangle in a video that would, Illuminati confirmed this guy had done that. He would just like take a subject, let's say school, and he would find a way to connect school to like the number 1 or the number 3, because 3 sides of a triangle Illuminati, one eye in the Illuminati, etc. School's probably a bad example. TikTok, right? So he would find a way to talk about TikTok and get the number 3 or the number 1. And even after the Illuminati meme died down, he continued on for a couple of years, up to like 2019. And he stopped and came back, and actually, sorry, it wasn't 2019. The world record did. Sorry, it was 2019. And then he stopped, and then not long after the pandemic started, he came back and did a documentary about platyphobia. By the way, platyphobia is the fear of baldness. Although you could see it because it was in the banner. He does have a second channel called Balderdash, which used to be called something else phobia, which was the fear of hair, where he would do just the same thing. And there are a bunch of YouTubers that were inspired by him that didn't really live long. Like one called Mindblown, I think his name was. Anyway. So, I actually constantly watch this guy over and over again, despite the fact that he hasn't put any content for years. I'm not watching the bloody documentary. I'm not interested in it. Yeah. So it is cringe. I've definitely been 17 while, like, the last time I remember watching the guy was in probably about December. So yeah, I'm just gonna pick one video at random. Yeah. For obvious reason, Putin is Illuminati. So we always start off videos with, before watching this, make sure you have something, because crap is about to get something. For example, make sure you have a towel because crap is about to get wet. I know that doesn't make sense, but it's not supposed to. Okay, so this time it was, make sure that you get out what you put in, because crap is about to get spooky. So, because Putin does judo. Sorry if you hear stuff in the background. I've opened the window because I'm getting a bit warm. So, Putin does judo because Putin does judo. And the fact that judo rhymes with Bismarck Archipelago, if you pronounce it in the way that the TTS does. Bismarck Archipelagos or whatever are in the Southwest Pacific. The Pacific is an ocean. Oceans contain fish. And fish is in... What? Sorry, I'm just trying to... Something is very wrong here. I have no idea what is going on. So, sorry, because the new Valhalla DLC came out a couple of days ago, I'm trying to play it, but there's a lot of problems because, like, it's trying to get me to purchase the DLC, despite the fact that I already own the DLC. So then I went into it and saying like, oh, we don't have these other two DLCs for some reason. Oh, for God's sake, they weren't downloaded. What? Right, so I'm downloading Draft of Dread and Siege of Paris. Looking at Dawn Ragnarok right now, it says I need to pay £32 for it. Despite the fact that I own Dawn of Ragnarok, I have the Season Pass. The Season Pass should give you access to Dawn of Ragnarok. Let me go into the Season Pass. Here it is. Right, let's see. What? Exclusive bonus mission, Legend of Beowulf, Wrath of the Druids expansion, Siege of Paris expansion, Dawn of Ragnarok is not described here. Oh wait, let's see if that makes a difference. Anyway, so fish is in fish fingers. So fish fingers. Putin has 10 fingers. So I'm not going to keep on pausing. You don't really need to listen to it. But yeah, I'll listen to it because it's TTS with non-copyrighted music in the background.
10. 10 is the atomic number for neon. Neon. The symbol for neon is Ne. Knee. Elephants have knees. Putin also has knees. Is Putin secretly been hiding as an elephant this whole time? Maybe, but let's not get distracted.
Yeah, and he does a lot of extremely far-reaching conspiracy theories like that. Probably as a sort of dig at people like my dad. Just making fun of conspiracy theorists because that's these conspiracy theories are crazy. Anyway.
Elephants. Elephants can purr. Cats can also purr. But what does a cat's purr have to do with Putin being a part of the Illuminati? Well, let's find out. Cats purr when they are happy. Happy rhymes with nappy. Nappies are made of cloth. Cloth is used to cover things up. The Illuminati also covers things up. The Illuminati is green. The wild is also green. Putin lives is the wild, so Vladimir Putin is Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah. I am ashamed of the fact that I still watch this guy's videos. So technically I shouldn't be doing a nostalgia part for it, but I'm going to because I really need to stop watching this guy's videos. So before he done the Illuminati videos, before that sort of became a meme, he would have made MLG parodies. Because that was popular at the time, and that's what people like Pyro Senegal did before becoming a whatever the hell he is now. I know him as a sort of drama YouTuber, but I think he's doing something else now. And then the MLG meme became the Illuminati meme, kind of. Then he also had conspiracy theories like why the iPhone bans, why there's no Windows 9, etc. Then he done like special ones like Illuminati is Illuminati, where he done something but he screwed up because he said that walrus has 5 letters when actually it is 6, and he's like, oh, This means that Illuminati is not Illuminati, which was Illuminati. It's actually Illuminati is Illuminati is Illuminati is Illuminati is Illuminati. You're best off not asking. Jay-Z is not Illuminati. Who's the leader? That's what's on there. Montage, Lazarus. But that's actually pointing out how repetitive it is, because yeah. Where is it? That's people trying to pronounce his name. Because people are like, hey, we're gonna react to Paula Dog Fien. It is pronounced Palatophobia. I might have butchered it a little bit, but not as much as these other people have. Yeah, here's one's like, roasted World War III, how to kill the Illuminati, you're in the Illuminati, etc. And also, nope.
Before watching this,
It's Good Jake Paul, which was like not long after It's Everyday Bro came out, where he would talk about how all this stuff that Jake Paul's done is actually secretly a masterpiece, because this, and that. Because he was like, all his vlogs start off with like gunshot sound effects that bring up text like Jake Paul, the date, the location, etc. He's like, oh, this is him paying respect to our to our troops. Sorry, I just have to close that window. And stuff like that. This really shouldn't have took 12 minutes to do. Next up is a guy called Yellow Apocalypse. He's mostly known now for, so this is basically videos, but I never actually watched those videos. Before he did that, he did a series called What Is Thing. So, for example, what is Facebook? Oh, sorry, welcome to stuff. So, I might do all of these up until Facebook. So, not DeviantArt. So, YouTube, Twitter, Tumblr, Vine, and Facebook. The video starts off and I'm going, you just received an ad. I didn't actually. Also, notice in the background how you can see Homestar Runner in the background. I love how secular nostalgia is. Speaking of dirt, you're not a YouTuber. Yep. Yeah, he is speaking straight facts. His example was that you accidentally click on My Little Pony video once 5 months ago, and then immediately click off, and YouTube thinks that you must love My Little Pony. You want to see My Little Pony all the time, and then yeah. My example is that yeah. I mean, this video came out before this happened, but don't hit the button that says don't show this channel or don't recommend this channel or anything like that. Because what that actually does is recommends it to you even more. Because I got recommended a Sideman video from the Sideman Shorts channel. And I don't recommend this channel because I don't like the Sideman at all. Like, never have. Except for I used to listen to KSI's music, but anyway. So, I hit don't recommend this channel. And it was bringing me Sideman videos from other Sideman channels. Because it's crazy amount of channels Sideman have now. Once again, true, but he was a bit cringe. He said, everyone can comment whatever they want, which is sometimes not a good thing, and then she'll say a member of the KKK. I'm not denying that KKK members use YouTube, but the thing is, it was 2013. But, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, 2013 was right at the end of the age where the internet was still mostly for teenagers, where the best way I can describe it is like Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer lobbies. And just look up Modern Warfare 2 MW2 nostalgia on YouTube, and like it's crazy. 2013 was sort of near where that sort of died out, and all the older people started coming on the internet and was offended by the fact that as soon as you log on the internet, you have someone messaging you going KYS space FGT. As we don't comment ever, don't. Like, it's not worth it. Honestly, I'm still waiting for the fallback of a comment I put on a Joe Rogan post on Instagram, because he put up a post saying that Mr. Beast is going to be on one of the episodes of this podcast. I commented cringe. And actually, hold on. Sorry, I was just writing down an idea for another nostalgia segment. So where was it? I'm surprised that I haven't already got like loads of hate comments saying like, why would you say that? Mr. Beast is great. He's such a good person. And I'm not denying that he's a good person, but I will explain later. So he's saying that, you know, all YouTubers want all these subscribers. I don't care. I don't like consider myself a YouTuber, because that makes like that would be my job, and it's cringe if you consider YouTube to be a job in the first place. But like, maybe it's only because I have like 15 subscribers, I think. But I really do not give a damn about subscribers. I know that, you know, no one watches my content and all that, but just sharing my opinion. It doesn't mean anything. I will get more in depth to it later. So, who are these people? Smosh, okay. Did I just say Smash? I'm sorry, Smosh. Maybe I've actually covered on nostalgia slightly. Fred, who he gave up YouTube he's back now, going under his real name, which I think is Lucas. The Fred channel got sold to someone, and it became a prank channel that Jake Paul was actually involved in. Once again, secularism. Yeah. And then he went on to do the Fred movies. I think there was also a Fred show, and there was a show on Nickelodeon called, I think, Marvin Martian, that he was in, where he basically was playing Fred. Like, it was very, you know, the character in that was very similar to the character of Fred, because it was an alien who came to Earth and just didn't understand Earth terms. This show sounds familiar because I haven't actually seen Third Rock from the Sun, but it seems pretty similar to Third Rock from the Sun. The only thing I remember from the show is a clip where he goes to grab like bacon from the freezer, and it's out of date. But he throws it in the bin, and his human dad goes like, what are you doing? Oh, it's out of date. Oh, but if you freeze it, it'll like, you'll preserve it. And then the Granda visits, and he sets down his wallet. Fred picks up the wallet and like looks at the driver's license, and it was expiring in a couple of days. So he uses like his freeze breath to freeze the Granda. You go, wait, what do you freeze him for? Wait, he was expiring. You said that you need to freeze him to preserve him. I do find that funny, but probably only because I watched it when it was like, whenever it aired, which I think was 2013, so I was probably 9 at the time. But then after that show ended, he's now back, but he's uploading under his real name, which I think is Lucas. And not that it's a surprise, but he's gay. Shane Dawson, who he was big, but then people stopped caring, but then he sort of came back and made those documentaries where PoseyD actually made a really good video talking about those documentaries, because like one was about something really dark, and then the next one was like, Chuck E. Cheese pizza slices aren't even. Anyway, Nostalgia Critic, who I actually should do one on as well. Starkid, who I've never heard of. Britannic, who I've never heard of, but the guy on the right looks a little familiar. Actually, you know, he looks like Greg from Everybody Hates Chris. Anyway, Fine Brothers, who, you know, they were pretty popular until 6 years ago. They did that React World thing where, if you don't remember, they decided they want to hold the copyright for the word React. Yeah. Jontron, who, he's like the only Normal Bits guy that I watch that I haven't done a nostalgia bit on, because I still watch his videos. If it's ever confirmed that he's giving up from YouTube, or I decide to no longer watch him, I will do a nostalgia part on him. William Johnson, who I used to watch, that I've covered on nostalgia. Oh god. In fact, I'm not going to cover it because I think I already have in his nostalgia parts. And I'm still pissed off that he took down my video. Anyway. It's either Jenna Marbles or iJustine. I've never watched their videos. I just know of them because, like, Jack Slums and all. PewDiePie. Toby Turner. I don't know who that is after Toby Turner, but the puppets look a bit familiar. Epic Mealtime. Ryan Higa. Annoying Orange. Okay, that's probably iJustine. College Humor. And Angry Video Game Nerd. Sorry, I forgot his name for a second. These people became famous by providing interesting, which immediately gets rid of Smosh Fred, Shane, Nostalgia Critic, Jenna, PewDiePie, Angry Video Game Nerd, Toby Turner, College Humor, iJustine, Annoying Orange, and Ryan. So what's left is Fine Bros, Jontron, Ray William Johnson, Britannic, Starkid, Epic Mealtime, and that public people. Original, which gets rid of Ray, Fine Brothers, and Epic Mealtime. High quality content with frequent updates, which negates everyone that remained. Yeah, this is still a problem. And it's no longer like this because it's now evolved to using like custom intros, because you can get those online now, but some people don't even like add their channel name to it. So it'll have like, you know, beat dropped music. And then text that like smashes on the screen going like enter text here. This is the old version of that. You know, whatever your interest, you know, whatever shows you're interested in for this person, Naruto with music, which I don't think it's Evanescence, but they shown an image of Evanescence. For me, it would be like Arrow with KG Elephant, which doesn't mix. Okay, once again, where are these people now? I don't know who the first two are. Screw Attack, I don't really remember much about them, but I think they're more of a group. The people would have uploaded videos on behalf of, like, I know Pro did stuff for them before launching his own channel. Sonic for Hire. I don't I've heard of Sonic prior, but I don't really know much for it. And I thought that it was more of a sort of like, Sonic series about Sonic being poor or whatever. Anyway, don't know who that is. Oh, sorry, I don't know who that is. I was looking at the top right. I don't know who the top right is. Chugga Conroy, who, let me just put this box down. My brother got an Xbox Series X today, and I don't know why the Xbox Series X exists. It's basically the same as the Xbox One. So I'm just getting put my Switch on charge. Like the HUD is exactly the same as the Xbox One. Maybe that's only because I transferred the account from the One to the X, but I don't know. Anyway, Joe Conroy, he's a Let's Player. His videos, as they are cringe, but he was very high quality despite the somewhat cringy commentary. Dino Gaming, who I've somewhat talked about in Nostalgia. Don't know who that is. Gaijin Goomba, he was a member of Game Theory who would something to do with Japanese culture, I don't know. I didn't watch this thing when I was a fan of Game Theory. I really didn't like it. Game Grumps. I probably won't find them funny now because I find, I don't know how to describe this. Because I find them funny, and because I watch their videos when I would have found them funny, then that's why I find them funny. If I watched them now, then I wouldn't have found them funny. I don't know. Pro Jared.
Else on the planet.
PewDiePie, Riddle Moose, Toby Turner, Swash Games, Star, who they've sort of done like competitive tournaments against someone else. Yogscast, I think. Germa. Germa is the face of that when the imposter is sus meme. Glantron, extra credits, so I didn't know they talked about games, because I know that Game Theory, which was next up there, was inspired by extra credits or something like that. Anyway, I know all of two best friends played, never actually watching them. And Peanut Butter Gamer. This him describing Let's Plays, and I'm just going to rewind it. The music in the background is non-copyrighted.
Or you could do Let's Plays. Simply pick a game that everybody else has already played, film your TV with a camcorder, add commentary that isn't as good as you think it is, and wait for
Music by Plaster Brain, who is actually his sister. So, welcome to Twitter. So, it starts off with a joke about the character limit, and then pretends to cut to, I don't want to say credits, but credits. And then it cuts to actually doing the video, which is just use hashtags to, and then a bunch of random stuff, and then eventually he interrupts himself by saying, "Get off Twitter." No. I want Twitter to go back to the 2013 time when it would be like, once again, KYS space FGT. Yeah, I'm just gonna replay this.
Tumblr is a place of equality. Whoa, wait a minute. Are you a white, straight, middle-class male with a penis who is totally comfortable having said penis? Get out.
Yeah. That's why I don't use Tumblr. I mean, eventually, Jello and his sister become what they are making fun of in this video. Because immediately after that, are you straight, white, blah blah blah. Gusta's sister saying, the every other website is terrible. Facebook more like Flakebook, and the 9gag more like cutting herself off because she's too much of a pussy to say 9fag. Fag. Also, Tumblr users are also all self-diagnosed mental. Which that still goes on. All the Billie Eilish fans saying, "Oh, I have depression." Did you actually go to the doctor about it? No? Then you don't have depression. Supernatural combined with Doctor Who combined with Sherlock. I get the combination of Sherlock and Doctor Who because basically it just boils down to Stephen Moffat wrote them at the same time. Which is why his Doctor Who was crap, because he was too busy perfecting Sherlock. Anyway. Supernatural, I didn't understand, but I think I do now. It's because Supernatural and Doctor Who are similar in the fact that they're procedural shows about there's a threat from a creature that is unrealistic. But the thing is that the people who want Super Sherlock don't realise that Doctor and Supernatural aren't the only things to do this. You also have the X-Files and Star Trek and Stargate. Just Supernatural and Doctor Who are the only ones that are good. Oh, sorry, there's also Grimm, which is good. So he said, men and women of all ages, why do we have to conform to gender whatever? So that's in 2014. This uploaded on 25th January 2014. This wasn't normal. This was just Tumblr and a couple other places. Only 1 year later did this become normal in society because of Bruce Jenner.
Okay. Tumblr is a place for everyone.
Why just everyone? Why not every 2 or 10 or 20? We're a hive mind. What does that mean?
This hasn't really happened yet, but just look up the NPC meme.
Us. Fine. It's a place of acceptance for every human.
Excuse me? I'm a wolf trapped in a...
Man identifies as deer, shot by hunter who mistook him for a real deer.
human's body, and I find that offensive.
Reblog! Some people have triggers that...
This is why Facebook should have followers instead of friends. Yeah. The population of our school is like 1,000, and I mean, to be honest, when I'm on like toilet duty, whoever the girl doing toilet duty is, she always seems to know everyone that passes through, whether it be a boy or a girl, student or member of staff. It's crazy. But anyway, this one's quite different because he's sort of like playing a character. Instead of being a narrator, he's pretending to be like a tour guide for Facebook. Helping a person set up their account. And the person who set up their account was born in 1999. People born in 1999 are now 23. This is a 10-year-old video. They're 13. It's crazy. That is, yep. So, the person setting up their account, the 13-year-old, posted, like, my dad bought me the wrong color iPhone. I hate my life. My life is over, etc. Meanwhile, in Uganda, yeah, and also like loads of this person, all their photos are sexual, like revealing clothing, high angles, etc. This is a 13-year-old. Thing is, I guarantee you this guy is posting about Ukraine on all his stuff. In fact, let me check his community page. Although I don't think he's uploaded in a couple of months. 2 months, so he wouldn't have done it on YouTube. He hasn't been on YouTube in a couple of months, right? Guarantee his Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or something is going to be, thoughts and prayers out for the Ukrainian people. You're not even Christian. He's saying that posting on Facebook, or the modern day equivalent would be Instagram now, but posting on social media, thoughts and prayers for whatever the current situation is, hoping that it'll solve it. So, Nostalgia Critic, I've only ever seen, I think, 2 of his videos. Both of them were different than usual because I think he likes to play footage of the movie. But the 2 videos that I seen were of Mad Max Fury Road and Jurassic World, which he made the videos at the same time that the movie was being released when it was still in theatre. So instead of playing clips in the movie, he would have sort of made a crappy recreation of them, using him and his mates. Yeah. So it starts off with him going, oh, well, we're doing a movie that's currently still in cinema, but how are we going to do that? And I think he summarizes this, and he snaps, and it just cuts to like a superimposition of the show must go on, damn it. And it would have been fine with that, but he has to put a wee sketch in there. It's a shame that he had to say such an important and based thing in a cringy way by having it as a black and white thing where he wears a lab coat and talks to a talking puppet dog. Saying that reviews are part of free speech. Hollywood shouldn't take him down because sometimes it even leads to them making more money. And the dog goes, so what's more important to Hollywood than making money? Well, protecting themselves from insecure assholes. Example, The Interview. I seen Jurassic Park when it came out, Jurassic World when it came out in cinema. And I do remember loving it, but, I'd seen it before I'd actually seen Jurassic Park, and I was young, so... Not saying I'm not young now, but you know what I mean. I wasn't old enough to really have a good opinion. I love the movie, and I didn't even consider the stuff that is brought into this video until I seen the video. So, Jurassic Park came out in 1993. Fantastic effects. Jurassic World came out in 2015. The park looks brilliant. How's the dinosaurs going to look? Oh, they look like crap because they're made out of CGI instead of animatronics, I think, were done for the originals. Remember back in year 12 when I would not even constantly, it wasn't really that big of a thing, but I would sometimes move my hands around for no reason. He is part of the reason why. Just like this.
Touch dinosaurs, but nevertheless.
Yeah. But at the same time, he's also speaking like a character in Always Sunny.
Things, right? Well, I'm gonna take that argument and store it away here for later, because trust me,
Your video would have been way better if you just said that you're gonna bring up that argument later, instead of having to be cringe and have like a Zelda item thing. Because I've done that twice in this video, talking about how I'll bring up later Mr. Beast and someone else. I think I might actually been the Zelda critic. And I'm not saying I'm better than you, but in this small bit, I achieved more by doing less. You have access to editing software. You can edit your videos, making them very professional. But instead of making it look professional, you did something like that. So, I've only just realised how bad that the whole movie is. Like, when I first watched the video, I was like, oh, okay, fair enough, but it still is a good movie. But nope, because the entire plot of it is T-Rexes are boring, so let's get the body of a T-Rex, the wings of a pterodactyl, the neck of a something else, and the head of a rhino. Wait. Screw it. The head of a rhino. I would be hypocritical to say that that was good, because that's sort of what The Last of Us 2 did with that monster tower thing in the hospital segment. That's terrible. You got it, dude. And a chick in a movie doesn't mean you always have to hook up. That is true. And I was going to talk about this somewhere, but towards the end of season 4 of Supergirl, Alex and James's sister start dating. But I feel like realistically what would have happened was that they both would have decided not to date, because they're scared that they would break up and that would ruin their friendship. I'm probably not going to be able to function while doing this, because I just had dinner. It was chicken kebab, like plain chicken with pepper sauce on, I think, pita bread. And it was just terrible. But anyways, so we're at the end bit where the T-Rex is fighting the new thing, and he called up the guy that does the voice for the Honest Trailers to, like, sort of narrate the fight. And I hate the fact that he says, I get that, like, he says that he's most known for Honest Trailers. Thing is, I'm pretty sure the guy that does Honest Trailers voice has actually narrated actual trailers for movies. Just, no.